we've seen in the past few years that these acts of sabotage are different. Each of them are different in character, in nature, in an MO. We've seen an attack on Nord Stream, which was, I believe, a detonation. We've seen anchor being dragged and tearing cables apart. So we can see that the threat is evolving. The threat can be taking different forms, different shapes. And so that's why technology must respond to that in different ways. And that's why we need to actually investigate and develop all sorts of solutions to tackle potential future threats and the current ones. So mainsail is the result of years of experience and development, scientific development, in order to pick up anomalies in the maritime domain. And these algorithms that the center has been developed, oftentimes using AI, have been able to be used for monitoring ship traffic, especially white shipping, so civilian traffic on various locations of the globe. Turns out that it works very well. It's able to, in an automatic way, without the user and the presence of operators, it's able to actually raise suspicion on particular trajectories of ships and on that activity. This has been actually turned into a toolkit that is very user-friendly for operators in the Maritime Command of NATO to use and to be able to, in an automatic way again, give them clues on what to do if they detect something that is suspicious. We anticipate to actually bring more data that will feed this toolkit as we go, as we continue to improving this tool. And we are quite optimistic that in the not so distant future, we will be able to have something very robust that will make our operators able to do a proper job and prevent and deter any saboteur, anyone who would be willing to damage those infrastructures. I mean, what happened in Finland was quite remarkable. On first of all, the reaction of the Finland was extremely swift, and it actually shows that we are getting better at this. Nations are getting better at this, but NATO, our alliance at 32 nations, is also getting better at this, at understanding the likelihood of such an attack, and also being able to rapidly react to such acts of sabotage. Acts of sabotage can have disastrous effects on our societies and on our economies in particular. Our nations are becoming more and more resilient about such attacks. There's the possibility to reroute the flow of energy, of gas, of oil, of data as required. So our nations are better than they were just even a few years ago about reacting to do such acts of sabotage. But some of them could have some strong impact and long-lasting impacts to our economy in particular. So that's why we must remain vigilant. We must remain mobilized as an alliance, but we also need to continue to be better at not only preventing those acts of sabotage through technology, but also we need to be better organized at sharing data among each other. Oftentimes, data that come from the ocean are owned by private industry. So there needs to be a political will to share in order to be better together. And this is really a strong message that our heads of states and our decision makers have made by making it a priority.